Minasan domo Gabriel desu. Boku no channel e yokoso. I'm super excited for today's video. This one's a little bit long overdue. I'm going to be going over our Apple 2024 replay so you can see the songs I listened to the most this year. But in between each of those sections, I'm going to give you an introduction to who I am, answer some questions to you like how I got started reacting to Japanese rap, why I listen to Japanese music even though I'm not fluent in Japanese, and how I fell in love with hip-hop culture in general. Answering some other questions along the way so you can learn more about myself. If there's a section that sticks out most to you, you can see that in the timeline. That way, if you want to, you can skip ahead to see that section that you're most interested in. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, it's finally here. Replay 2024. I'm super excited to show you the artists that I listened to the most this year and the songs that I really enjoyed. But before I get into that, I want to give you a brief introduction to Japanese, just so you can see where my Japanese speaking ability is at. 皆さん、ゲイブと申します。沖縄の出身です。僕のお父さん軍隊なので、沖縄で生まれました。それから、子供の時、日本の文化とか、アジア文化、興味持っています。それから、大学の時、日本の文化、専攻しました。よろしくお願いいたします。Alright, let's get into the video, man. So, it's no surprise that my top artist, my number one artist, was Bad Hop, man. I got so many minutes listening to them, 12,831 minutes listening to Bad Hop. I started listening to them in February, dude, and you can show that this year, and I've been hooked on them ever since, dude. Thanks to Rap EJ, he introduced me to Bad Hop, dude, and I've been in love with them ever since I heard Casablanca, dude. Such an amazing song. Moving on to number 2, we got Kojia, man. Ever since, dude, I think, what was it? It was either Kickback was the first song that I reacted to by him. And ever since I heard that song, I've been a big fan. And especially since he won Rap Star, I started out checking out so many of his songs, dude, and really listened to him a lot. Wiser, no surprise there, man. Wiser's one of my favorite artists. Probably my favorite Japanese rapper at this time, dude. His flow is just so amazing. His skill is just so easy to listen to. I really enjoy him. No surprise, I still listen to a lot of American music. Drake came in number 4 for me. Let's go on to number 5. Number 5, we have Candy Town. No surprise there. Prove, Regency are some songs I really love, man. Amazing group. Aiden, number 6. Nabusuke is probably the song I listen to the most from Aiden. Also, Chance, man, is a song I really love. Family is a song I really love. So many Aiden songs I'm a really big fan of. Number 7, we got DJ Taski. There's a lot of songs by DJ Taski, especially one with Money Horse and Io. Tokyo Kids, Big City of Dreams. I really love those songs. I listen to those songs a lot. Number 8, we got Lunar Loyal, man. There's so many songs by him that I really enjoyed. I think my favorite song, I didn't do a reaction to this, but Outside is a song that I really love. So amazing song. Outside. I gotta do reactions to that pretty soon, but I really enjoyed that song by Lunar Loyal, man. It's a very awesome song. Also, I can't remember the name of it, but the one with Sita and Watson translates to Fear Heights, dude. I really enjoyed that song too. Such an amazing song. Now we're getting into 9, 10, 11, and 12. And number 9, we got Azada Suit. No surprise there, man. Macho's flow is super amazing, dude. I really love listening to him. DJ Chadi. Also, we have Eric B. Jr. No surprise there. Anarchy for number 12. 13, Nujabes. 14, Ko. And this one actually surprised me. Bad Side Kush came in at number 15. I think it was Bud Montage is the reason, and Angela. Those are the songs I listened to the most by them. I listen to Bud Montage so much, dude. I really, really love that song. Whenever I heard that, dude, the beat really surprised me, and that song made me a fan of Bad Side Kush. So I think that's probably the reason why he's coming in at number 15. But these are the artists of the year for 2024 in my top list. All right. The next section of the Apple Replay, this is going to be the top songs. And I think this is a good time to show you how I got started reacting to Japanese rap music. It all started, man, honestly, when I went to Japan last year and my friend Rap EJ showed me Casablanca. I listened to a lot of songs, you know, like by Cole and Miyachi and Zebra here and there, but I wasn't a huge fan. I would just listen to it like here and there sometimes in the gym. I really like the beats and I really like the flow, so I'll really listen just here off and on here and there. I wasn't a huge diehard fan until Rap EJ showed me more songs by Bad Hop. Now I heard of Bad Hop before, Kawasaki Drift, that song's really popular. And to be honest, that's the only song that I knew by them. And I wasn't a big fan of Kawasaki Drift because it felt like it was just like No Limit at the time frame that I heard and then it came out. So I really didn't give it a chance. I was was like, oh, this song is just a copy of that song. It was cool, but I really didn't listen to it that much. I just thought it was just like G-Eazy songs, so I really didn't give them that much of a chance. That all changed when EJ showed me Casablanca. I heard that song, dude, and I fell in love with Weiser's flow, his singing ability. Like, it was so smooth. I was so surprised and so impressed. I was like, dang, dude. And then I heard Bark's voice and I was like, wow, this guy's really smooth. Ever since then, man, I started listening to different songs here and there. But in February, I think it might actually been in January, when Weiser dropped his song Guidance, I was like, dang, this is really good. And that really got me into Bad Hop, dude. That song Guidance made me a huge fan of Weiser. Casablanca made me a fan of Bad Hop in general. I started listening to songs here and there. But when I heard Guidance, I became a big fan of Weiser and I wanted to start studying him. And then how I got involved starting to do reaction videos is kind of a funny story. I saw a reaction that some creators did, reacting to Weiser's song Guidance. And I was just like, man, I should do a reaction to it as well, dude. Because they got like 20,000 views in like a couple of days. And I was just like, dang, dude, I think that I could at least get like 500 views. Previously, I was doing reactions to Japanese candy, you know what I'm saying? I was working hard on my Japanese.
Shiny Pink Mentia! 皆さんどうも、ゲブです。テーブルゲブへようこそ。今回はメンティアをリビューします。このパッケージングは本当にかっこいいですよ。ね。はい。スター・ウォーズについてどう感じてますか？僕にとって若い頃、大ファンでしたが。
I was working hard on my Japanese. I really like Japanese candy, so I started buying a bunch of Japanese candy, doing reactions here and there, and I wasn't really getting a lot of views, so I was kind of giving up on YouTube at that point. I was like, man, I'm not really going to do any more videos. But I saw their reaction video, and honestly, I got encouraged, and I was just like, man, if they got like 20,000 views, maybe I can get like 500, maybe I can finally get, I think at the time frame in February, I had like 300 subscribers at that time. Or maybe it was like 800. I don't know. I can't remember. It wasn't that much. I probably had like 500, 600 subscribers just based on doing Japanese candy reaction videos. But I didn't have 1,000. Certainly didn't at that time. I want to say it was probably like 600 at that time frame. So I did that video reaction to Guidance just based on being encouraged from seeing their video. I was like, man, if they can do it, I could probably do it too, at least get some, because it was trending. And I remember, dude, when I uploaded that video, I didn't get a lot of views, but I got more views than what I typically get. When I was doing Japanese candy videos, I think I got like 50 views. If it was a good video, I got like 100 views. And it didn't really matter if I used Japanese or not. I kind of got the same amount of views with those candy videos. The first couple of days, it got like 100, 200. And then the week later, dude, it just shot up to like 3,000 out of nowhere. And I was like, whoa, I was going crazy, dude. It was like 3,000 views. That's insane. And then it hit like 5,000. Then it hit 10,000. And then it hit like 20,000. And then right now, this is my most viewed video. I think sitting at like 115,000, 116,000. It just skyrocketed, dude. And I was just like, man, like, this seems like a pretty good, this seems like a pretty good thing I should start doing. So from there, I was like, man, you know, and Bad Hop just released their album that time frame, so it was perfect timing. I was like, dude, let me start reacting to some more songs out of this. And it was really easy at that time frame because, as you know, like as of now, like a lot of songs when I do reactions, I've heard the songs before, or I'm reacting to it for the very first time if the music video drops. But at that time frame, I really didn't know a lot about Japanese rap, so it was really just a pure reaction for most of the songs. Like I would just listen to like Guidance, you know what I'm saying? I reacted to that for the first time. 4L, you know, I reacted to that for the very first time. A lot of Southside Flow, like there's so many songs I reacted to it for the very first time. So it was more of like a genuine authentic. I was just like, what? Like really expressive, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yo, that flow is crazy. Not to say that I'm not expressive now, but I'm saying just at that time frame, I think it was very special because I was hearing a lot of the songs for the very first time. So that's really how I got involved. Hopefully that makes sense. I know I'm kind of blabbering on, but that's basically how I got started listening to Japanese music and Japanese rap and how I got started reacting. Just to recap on that, so because of my friend Rap EJ going to Japan, he showed me Casablanca. I got really interested in Bad Hop, and then when Weiser dropped his music video for Guidance, I became a big fan of Guidance and big fan of Weiser from there, and I started studying it. And because of the other reaction channel, them doing their video and getting a lot of views and it was trending, inspired inspired me to be like, man, let me jump on that wave and let me get some views for myself. But I had no idea that it would take off from there. Ever since then, man, I've really started reacting to a lot of videos to get a lot of views. And I also really started enjoying Japanese rap as I learned more about Japanese rap culture and Japanese rap artists. All right, so here's our next section. We're talking about the top songs. All right. Of course, no surprise, Southside Night featuring TT Jojo, Aiden, and Deech, man. That was my #1 song. So when it comes to listening to Japanese music, the way that I do it, typically in the car or if I'm going to the gym, I think the gym is where I listen to it probably the most outside of driving when I drive to work back and forth. Sometimes I drive long places to get to different job sites that I have to work for. So a lot of the times that's when I'm listening to Japanese music, but also in the gym, like when I'm playing basketball, lifting weights, that's the time frame that I also listen to Japanese music the most. In that time frame, I think what's most important to me, because since I don't listen, since I don't understand Japanese music to the degree that you might, because I'm not fluent in Japanese, obviously, the main thing that sticks out to me is the beat and also the flow and the melody. So that's kind of the main thing that really catches and intrigues me. So Southside Flow, honestly, that song, I was just so impressed. I think I became a huge TT Jojo fan when I first heard that song, dude. He's like, I was like, what the? Like his flow and the melody, his singing was like nothing I've ever heard before, man. It kind of does sound like Roddy Ricch a little bit if I had to compare it to American artists, but he takes it to a different level, man. His singing ability, I think, is better than Roddy Ricch. No shade to Roddy Ricch, I just think it's better, man. And then his flow is I got the big SOP. I was like, bruh, like he killed it, man. That flow was just so impressive, man. And Aiden, like, crazy. Deech, man, was crazy on it. Like, everybody had a flawless verse on that song. And that's why that song is just constantly my favorite. It's constantly in rotation for me. I'll still listen to it a lot, man. 752 plays is what it says right now. 700 plays. I played the mess out of that song, dude. Like, it's surprising. I mean, I don't know all the words to it yet. Maybe one day, but I love that song. Now, coming into #2 is Go by Kojia, man. I really love this song because when I heard it in the cypher, the beat was crazy. Oh no, let me see y'all go. Y'all was like, I heard that, man. I was like, yo, that is crazy, dude. His flow on that song was just too good, man. I love the beat. I love his flow. I became a big fan when I heard Kickback, but when I heard him and Rapstar, dude, I just became an even bigger fan. I was just like, bro, what is this guy doing? Who is this guy? I just started following him. I started seeing all his ciphers. I started listening to all his songs, man, and became really impressed with just his style and overall just what he has as far as discography. To me, I'm gonna do a video on this later, just a brief video in regards to who I think is maybe king when it comes to Japanese rap or my favorite artists. I really have a lot of respect for Lex, dude, and I really love, because of Akurui Heya, I really love that song, and that made me a huge fan of him. Not to cause any stir, but I think Kojia personally is my favorite in regards to the new school. I don't really think Lex is new school, honestly. He's been out for a while, but I think when it comes to the term of kings, it's probably going to be Lex, but my runner-up would be Kojia. That'll be another story for another day. Let's get back to it. Bayside Dream at #3. Man, I loved this song. This song is the song that made me a fan of T Pablo, dude. Like, I would listen to a couple songs here and there like T Pablo, and I'd be like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. But at that time frame when I first heard this song, Wiser, Bark, and TT Jojo were my top 3. I heard this song and him singing on the hook, and I was just like, his verse, dude, was so crazy. I was just super impressed. Like, you gotta check my reaction out if you haven't seen it. That song made me a huge fan of T Pablo, man. His flow, and I was just like, man, he can actually sing and rap really well, dude. And I was super impressed. The beat on that song is just like a perfect song, dude. And then of course, man, TT Jojo, like his flow, it was so smooth on that. And then Ben Jazzy, dude. you know, Benjazi did what Benjazi does, man. He killed that song. Moving on to 4, man. Omakase, dude. Omakase is one of... Honestly, whenever I share Japanese rap with people, this is the song that I share. Like, personally, I think this is the song that's most compatible to, like, American hip-hop. I think Southside now, I've shown some people that too, but a lot of my friends, like, when I go to the barbershop, because some of my friends, they see my videos, and they're like, yeah, you know, I like what you're doing, dude. You know, I like to listen to Japanese rap. You know, like, what song do you suggest me listening to? Okamase is the song that I suggest to everybody listening to, man. The beat is crazy. The flow is just... the flow is a masterpiece, dude. Like, it's just, the cadence is just so amazing, man. It's very comparable to Migos, like trendy American rap music, but the flow is just very unique. Like, Wiser singing, like the auto-tune that he uses is just so amazing to me. Now we're moving on to number 5, BJ Blues, man. Ozadasu. I listen to this song so much, man. I need to do a reaction to this, and I'm gonna try to do one here soon. But this song is just so special to me, man. The beat and everything is just so... the flow is just amazing. Like, it's just so good, man. His flow is just a masterpiece on that song. It's so relaxing. Like, it's a song that I like to listen to when I'm driving, man. That song, Every Wine, from that album, Legend, is just so amazing, dude. Moving on to number 6, Two Tones, no surprise there, another TG JoJo song. I really, really enjoyed this song, man. The singing melody is kind of like Little TJ and Roddy Ricch as well, man, but it's very unique in his own, because the singing is just so, like, beautiful, and I just like the, I got 2 tones, kinda mochira bimbo, yeah, I got 2 tones. It's so smooth, and I really like seeing that side of TG JoJo. Number 7, no surprise, man. When Cole came back as Yuki Chiba and dropped Team Tomodachi, I was ecstatic, man. I was super excited because I'm a huge fan of Cole, dude. He was actually probably, I don't know if he's the first artist that I started listening to when it came to Japanese rap. I want to say what it was because when I was in college studying, that's when Bimbo Nante Kinishinai came out, and we were all listening to it because I think either my teacher or a classmate showed us that song, because I don't know if this is the same against, you know, all other Japanese schools when it comes to, like, colleges, but our school, we had to do a class song every year or every semester. It was every year. Every Japanese class has a Japanese song that they have to prepare and sing in front of everybody, which is kind of nerve-wracking. And so somebody suggested this song, and we were just like, there's no way that we're all gonna rap all this song together. But at the same time, I listened to it, was just like, yo, this is pretty good. And I became a big fan of Cole, dude. So that's how I got involved listening to Cole. Anyways, when this song came out, dude, I was super excited that he came back as Yuki Chiba. And ever since then, man, I was just so impressed with just the flow, and just, this song to me is a genius because it's so simple that I feel like Americans, they hear the song, they're just like, man, the flow. And Cole is very knowledgeable about American culture, like the chants in that song, you know what I'm saying? And I explained this in the reaction, so I won't get too in-depth into it, but I love how he uses Memphis style in that song to where people can hear that song and be like, oh, this sounds like Memphis rap, and get really into it, and, you know, and they're really involved with it because it touches their soul and kind of, you know, they can relate to that in a way. So no surprise that song was there. Broke Boy Rich Man at number 8. This song was super amazing to me. The reason why I really enjoyed this song was just the singing melody. Broke Boy Rich. Like, that part of the chorus really just resonated to me and just made me feel really happy, dude. So I really love that song. Now when it comes into number 9, this is because of Dada, dude. Like, Maji de Sogashi, na da 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 nachi. Like, yo, I love his verse, dude. I'm a big fan of Dada. I'm a big fan of Aiden in general. I think ever since I saw Rapstar, the 2021 season, you know, my friend was on Rapstar, so I actually started watching it because of that. That's how I learned of Aiden. I became a big fan of him ever since, dude. And I think that was before. So yeah, when it comes to Japanese rap, I would listen to Cole, I would listen to Miyachi, and I would listen to some Aiden songs here and there. I think Paper Ship's probably the only song that I only really listen to by him, other than just watching like him in Cyphers and stuff like that. And Dojo, I think I probably heard it before I started doing reactions. But number 9 is no surprise, man. I'm a big Aiden fan. Nobusuke is such an amazing song. 10, I Acrophobia, dude. Yeah, that's the name of it, dude. I don't know. I don't remember what it was in Japanese, but Luna Loa became a big fan. I think this might be the first song I reacted to by him, or it was 100, dude. One of those songs, dude. Whenever I listen to the song so much in the gym because the flow just. And Cedar did a fantastic job, and then I didn't know that Watson was on the remix, so I reacted to this song twice, dude, because I had to give you my reaction when I heard Watson on there, dude. Like, it was so amazing. This song was like on repeat when I was in the gym, dude. I really enjoyed this song. Now, number 11, no surprise, man, Casablanca, dude. This song is just so smooth. I love Weiser's singing flow. I love Bark's rap flow. This song was just so amazing to me. Now, number 12, man, this is probably, I think this might be the first song I reacted to by Eric B. Jr. This is when I was starting to get into a lot of the O3 performances, and I became a fan when I heard his singing flow and his rapping ability. Like, I love it, dude. And then Watson's flow, it's probably because of Watson why I checked this song out, dude. Watson did it. He did such an amazing job. I was so impressed with this song. The melody, the beats of the song, perfect, man. Kick back. Now, I do apologize. I might be giving you too much of an explanation of each song, but I want to show you why each song is special to me. If you want me to go more in depth, comment down below. I'll try to keep this brief so we can get through the whole video so this video is not super long. Kickback is super special to me because that's the first song. That's coming in number 13. The very first song that I heard by Kojia, and I became a big fan from seeing his O3 performance from there. Number 14, Rusty Knife. I really love this song because of TT JoJo's hook, man. Number 15, Prove, man. The sample of that song is just so amazing. It's just so smooth, man. That's all we got for the top songs. It just goes to 15. If you want to see all the songs that I listen to, I think Apple does like a top 100 in regards to all the songs of this year. I can post that in the comments so you can see that playlist. You can see all of the songs that I listen to. It goes to 1 to 100 and it's all categorized in this same order. So you can see what number 16 was, number 17, 18, and so on. All right, so our next section is gonna be top albums. Before I get into that, I wanna talk about how I fell in love with hip hop music in general. Now, I probably have a kind of a weird story when it comes to hip hop music. So I grew up very Christian. My parents didn't let me listen to most hip hop music. We were able to listen to Christian rap music, which is still pretty good. Don't get me wrong, man. There's a lot of really good Christian rap songs. But because I can only listen to Christian music, my parents only allowed me to listen to a certain type of music. I didn't really take rap as seriously, kind of growing up. I think when I got into high school, I got really involved into Christian rap, and at that time frame, I became a fan of hip hop, everything in regards to Christian music. But roughly around that time frame, I think around 2010, when I graduated high school, I started really looking to other rap music when I started to go to college. And Drake was the very first artist that I got into. It's kind of a funny story, man. So Drake was on this show called Degrassi. And I started to watch that show when I was in high school. And so when I decided that, man, I want to learn about, I don't want to just listen to Christian music. I want to listen to music as a whole, you know what I'm saying? And again, there's a lot of really good Christian rap artists that I still check out and listen to this day. But at that point, I was just like, man, I want to know what's out there. I want to see all type of hip hop music. I want to know what's inspiring these guys to make rap music in general. So because I was familiar with Drake from that show Degrassi, I started listening to Drake's music. Now I listened to, music here and there, because I played on the football team. So when I would, hang out with other people, I would hear rap songs here and there. But because I was a Christian, I didn't want to listen to that music. But after I graduated high school, I kind of decided I didn't really care anymore and I wanted to listen to everything. So Drake was the very first artist, because I was already kind of familiar with him from seeing him on that TV show. I decided to check out his music. And that's really the reason why I'm a huge Drake fan to this day. Personally, he was really popular at that time frame. This is when he was emerging as an artist. And at that time frame, I really didn't know much about hip hop at all, honestly. Like, I didn't know about Tupac, I didn't know about Jay-Z, I didn't know about Nas, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know about J. Cole and all these other people. Drake was really the first artist that I listened to outside of Christian rap. He's really the first artist that I started to listen to, started to learn about. So I started to study Drake. I listened to every single song, every mixtape, and I became really impressed. That's why I'm a little biased when it comes to the Drake Kendrick Lamar beef, because Drake is the reason why I really really like rap music to this day, man. I started listening to so many Drake songs, and Drake for me honestly was the introduction to every other artist. Drake is the reason why I listen to J. Cole. Drake is the reason why I listen to Kendrick Lamar. Drake is the reason why I listen to like Big Sean and artists like that. And Drake's also the reason why I got into Jay-Z as well, because he had songs with Jay-Z. You know, he mentioned Nas, he mentioned Tupac, and I started to listen to people. To me, it was a gradual process. I started to listen to Drake, then I started to listen to all the people during that current time frame, you know, getting into Kendrick Lamar. And to kind of further explain that, the reason why Drake introduced J. Cole to me was because they had a song called In the Morning. So when I was listening to every Drake song, I started seeing every song that Drake was featured on, and I discovered J. Cole at that way, in that method. Same thing with Poetic Justice. Actually, this was actually before that song came out. I think another friend introduced me to Kendrick Lamar. That's probably why. So let me disregard that part. But Poetic Justice also made me more a fan of Kendrick Lamar because he had that song with Drake. And then also from that time frame, I just started listening to all other songs that I could find just because I fell in love with hip hop. And when it comes to my favorite rappers, I'm gonna give you my top 5. From this current time frame when I started listening to music, it would be Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Big Sean, and Logic, man. Those are my top people that I really enjoy listening to from my generation. Now, when it comes to all time, it's a little bit harder of a list. I might do another video for that. But my favorite from the old school is Nas, hands down. I like Nas more than all the old school rappers. Then from Nas, it would have to be probably Tribe Called Quest, Jay-Z, and I don't really know, man. That's kind of hard. Jay-Z. I would be fake if I would say Tupac because I don't listen to a lot of Tupac, honestly. I'm literally just now starting to get into Tupac and listening to more of his songs. And it's only because of J. Cole, honestly. With that song, Let Nas Down, I really started to listen to more Nas, and then I also started listening to more Tupac and then Biggie and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna give you my top 3 because that's really more of an honest perspective. Nas, I already forgot. Nas, Tribe Called Quest, and I think Jay-Z when it comes to the old school. So that's really kind of more of the history why I got involved with hip hop music in general. You know, I started listening to hip hop music after I graduated high school, only being able to listen to Christian music. From there, I just got exposed to everything I could find. Drake was really the artist that made me get involved in hip hop music and rap music in general. Once I got involved with listening to people of that current time for my generation, I just started researching everything else in regards to Tupac, Jay-Z, and Nas. And Nas is my favorite of all time. So hopefully that makes sense, man. Also, when it comes to how I enjoy hip hop music, I used to, at that time frame, I was a music major in college. So I used to study music, literally, and then I also would study music when it comes to hip hop terms. I used to freestyle a lot, man. I'm not that good these days. I'm okay, man. I'm not gonna do it for the video, so you gotta pay me to do that. But man, I used to be in a freestyling club in college, man, and we would just rap all the time, and I would listen to so many artists. And that's actually how I got involved with listening to UK music, because I would look into a lot of ciphers, a lot of freestyles of UK. And UK, when it comes to freestyle, it's not typically off the top of the head. Sometimes it is, but it's just like a song that's not been released. They call that freestyle. When I was in that freestyling club, I would just research so many rappers just so I can, you know, understand different flows, understand different styles, understand different people's melodies and stuff like that, so I could use that as myself whenever I was in the freestyle cipher and stuff like that. So that's how I really enjoy music. You know, I would listen to a lot of it when I was in college. These days, man, since now I work a full-time job, I don't really go to the club or anything like that. I don't really, sometimes I go to concerts, and that's really the biggest way that I enjoy it. Obviously, I try to go to Japan to see an AH1, you know, sadly, that's the crazy, I'm over it now, man. I was really depressed when I went to Japan, dude. I probably did cry. I went there for the sole purpose to go to the AH1 concert. And unfortunately, a typhoon came and they had to cancel the concert. You know, this is during August and September. And man, I couldn't come out in November, dude. It was just impossible for me. So typically these days, man, how I enjoy music, I think the most easiest way, going to concerts. I think that's the best way. Going to clubs, where I live in Tennessee, it's not really a big thing, you know what I'm saying? When I was in college, I would go clubbing, you know what I'm saying? We would go to hookah bars and do things like that. But these days, at my age, man, going to clubbing is kind of not really that cool. You know, after working a full-time job, dude, on the weekends, I don't want to go to a club. I'd rather just listen to music at home with friends, that's the way that I really enjoy hip hop music these days. When I was younger, I would definitely go to clubs, go to hookah bars, enjoying our friends that way. But the caveat with that is that when you go to different clubs, you don't get to choose what music you listen to. But when you go to parties, it's definitely different, you know what I'm saying? In college, it's that environment where you can go to clubs, you go to parties, and you're not tired of it. When you're older, it's not really something you get involved with.